why people are injecting peptides, and why most are doing it wrong. What if I told you there are compounds that people claim can improve recovery, fat loss, muscle growth, immune function, and even cognitive performance? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, those compounds exist. They're called peptides. And according to a chemist with more than 30 years of experience manufacturing them, the biggest problem isn't whether peptides work. It's whether people are actually getting what they think they're buying. Peptides have exploded in popularity over the last few years. You've probably heard names like Ozempic, BPC 157, CJC 1295, and a long list of recovery and longevity compounds. But despite all the hype, most people don't actually understand what peptides are. At their core, peptides are simply short chains of amino acids. Think of amino acids as letters. A peptide is a word made from those letters. And proteins are entire paragraphs made up of many words. The challenge isn't creating these compounds. The challenge is getting them into the body without them being destroyed. And that's why many peptides require injections. Your digestive system is designed to break down proteins and peptides. So when you swallow many of them, your body destroys them before they can have any meaningful effect. That's why injections became the standard. But here's where things get interesting. Not all peptides behave the same way. Some can survive digestion. Some can be absorbed through the skin. Some may work through nasal sprays. And newer delivery systems are making injections less necessary than ever before. But delivery methods aren't the biggest issue. Quality is, and this is where the conversation becomes really important. If you're buying peptides online from random vendors, how do you know what's actually inside the vial? The answer is simple. Most people don't. A label might claim 99% purity. That sounds impressive. But what exactly makes up the remaining 1%? Manufacturing residues? Contaminants? Something completely different? Without advanced laboratory testing, there's often no way for the average consumer to know. And that's one of the biggest concerns in the peptide industry today. Another interesting point discussed in the podcast was why two people can have completely different experiences with the exact same peptide. One person takes it and says it changed their life. Another person takes it and says it did absolutely nothing. So who's right? Potentially both. Because human biology is incredibly complex. Your genetics matter. Your gut microbiome matters. Your hormone levels matter. Your lifestyle matters. The same compound can produce dramatically different results depending on the individual. And that's why so many debates about peptides never really reach a conclusion. The conversation also covered some of the most popular categories of peptides currently being used. The first category is recovery peptides. These are commonly used by people dealing with injuries, joint issues, tendon problems, and muscle recovery. Many athletes and fitness enthusiasts are interested in this category because of the potential to accelerate healing and reduce downtime. The second category is growth hormone secretagogues. Rather than replacing growth hormone directly, these compounds encourage the body to produce more of its own. Think of it as stimulating the body's natural systems instead of replacing them entirely. The third category is immune support peptides. One peptide discussed extensively was thymosin alpha-1. This compound has attracted attention internationally because of its role in immune regulation. As we age, our immune systems naturally decline. Researchers are exploring whether certain peptides can help support or restore some of that lost function. The fourth category is probably the most mainstream. Weight loss peptides. Drugs like Ozempic and other GLP-1 medications have completely changed the conversation around obesity and metabolic health. Many people don't realize these medications are actually peptide-based therapies. But the discussion wasn't all praise. When asked which peptide might be the most overhyped, the guest pointed to follistatin. The concern wasn't that it does nothing. The concern was that the excitement surrounding it may be running ahead of the available evidence. And that's an important lesson. Hype and science are not the same thing. Just because something is popular doesn't automatically mean it's effective. The conversation also addressed side effects. Peptides are often marketed as if they're completely risk-free. That's simply not true.